Good morning, good evening, everybody. Online from another side, we have Shanaką Maliyadde. It's okay? Did
Yes,
I pronounce
yes,
good your name? Okay. Shanaką, you are from Sri Lanka. You are a journalist.
yes.
And in these days, Sri Lanka, it's suffering a lot. It's suffering a lot. Why? Why Sri Lanka is suffering? What's happened?
Well, there is a political turmoil also going on at this moment in the country, and it all started with the long-lasting loans which Sri Lanka had lended from other countries, and it has come to a stage which Sri Lanka is facing the worst economic crisis at this moment in its history. At the moment, it is something similar to Egypt, I would say, a few years ago, something similar to Argentina. We are running out of fuel, and then the LP gas, which is being used for domestic usage. And due to these reasons, the industries and the economic cycles have gone down. So people are blaming at the moment for the former president who was ousted about a week ago, for the reason of trying to change many things in a very short span. This has taken people into a food crisis. The food security has gone down, and the fuel issues had come up. And also, one of the biggest revenues which Sri Lanka makes is the expat crowd of the Sri Lankans who are living outside of Sri Lanka, who send the money. They have stopped sending the money to Sri Lanka. So these reasons have made Sri Lanka
So how
face
it's
this economic
after
crisis and the political crisis.
Shanaka, after your president after this big manifestation which the people organize, how is the situation? What is going? Is the future? Is the future here? How the people accepted this now actual situation?
Well, people have not the people who are in the struggle, or who are fighting against who started the fight on the 9th of April, are not accepting the fact of the new president too. The acting president is the former prime minister and the present prime minister, Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is a seasoned politician. But the people who are in the struggle, or the new generation, the younger generation who are in the struggle, and the extremist leftist parties are not willing to accept the new president,
Okay, but
the prime
Shanaka,
minister as the new
Shanaka,
president.
the people they don't accept this in this case the acting president. But what will happen? So because will you have in future the election? How it will work?
Constitutionally, we cannot have a presidential election in between. If a president resigns, or a president passes away, or if he's seriously sick, and which he cannot carry out the duties according to the Sri Lankan constitution, the prime minister will be the acting president for the maximum of 30 days. And then the parliament has to choose a president, a predecessor, for the left time. So this has happened in 1993, when the President Premadasa was assassinated by the terrorists. There was a president who was appointed by the parliament. The prime minister was appointed by the parliament. Now, in this case, the same incident has happened. The former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, was ousted, and he gave his resignation when he fled out of the country. But and then the prime minister became the acting president, and the elections, the parliament is going to have a vote within the MPs, or the members of the parliament, which is 225 in numbers, on Wednesday. This is the 20th, and they will choose a president. And most likely at this moment, there are two main candidates, the opposition leader and the present prime minister, who are running to become the president. And the people or the younger generation who are on the streets fighting, not willing to accept the fact about the present Prime Minister Wickremesinghe, to become the predecessor of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
So,
So this,
Shanaka,
yes,
the political clan of the Rajapaksa Gotabaya left already.
yeah,
So it's over.
yes.
Do the nation has a new candidate, new person which will be on the top of the country? Is it any expectation?
Yes, it's a mixed feeling. You know, the middle class of Sri Lanka, the urban middle class, is having hope on Prime Minister Wickremesinghe, and they believe that he would have his seasoned political experience and his international relations, which will bring out the country from this economic crisis. And also, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's party has about splits, and the majority of that split is supporting Prime Minister Wickremesinghe. But saying that the people have got mixed feelings. They are looking at a social democratic leader from a leftist party, also to become the next president. But these are all speculations, and we have to go for election for that, because this party has only 3 members in the parliament. So it is a very long way for him to become the president.
Shanaka, yeah, in Sri Lanka, we will speak in the future, the next days with you. But in Sri Lanka, it's big crisis, not only economical
Yes,
crisis, but humanitarian crisis.
yes,
Practically, the people, they don't have food, they don't have fuel, they don't have
yeah.
medicine. In which
Yes.
way the international organization, the world, may help Sri Lanka to stop this crisis, to stop to the humanitarian crisis?
Uh, at this moment, you know, people, journalists like us, we think that this country is going into anarchy. So if that happens, then we are worried about a possible military intervention also, which is not in the cards at this moment. But if the things start to get continue, it is a worry that we have back of our minds. So we would like the international community to pressurize the parliamentarians or the rulers of this country to get together and to come and sit together, putting their political ideologies aside, at least for 1 more year, to take this country out of the political and the economic turmoil, which is right now boiling and burning all of us at this moment.
Yeah, thank you, Shanaka, for this voice. Absolutely, we would like to ask you day by day what is going on. So thank you for today conversation. Uh, we will inform what's going on, because Sri Lanka is absolutely wonderful people. A lot of Polish people visited Sri Lanka as a tourist destination,
Yes,
and now we know that now it's absolutely impossible to travel.
yes,
So be in touch, and we try to understand in which way we may inform the European opinion leaders, the Polish opinion leaders, about the situation in Sri Lanka, in which way we may give support to the wonderful people, wonderful country, Iceland country.
thank you very much. And also, Marek, we would also like to humbly request, if any of the business community in the European Union is watching this, and if we are reaching any of the business communities, please try to import things. We have wonderful tea and many more export products. So if you have the opportunity of buying something Sri Lankan, that would be the greatest help at this moment, which they would be doing for this wonderful nation to come out of the economic crisis.
Yeah. The conclusion which I may say after this, then big mistakes which made few people,
Yes.
the clan of Rajapaksa Gotabaya, influence and a lot of people in Sri Lanka is suffering. Few people, it's making big mistakes to suffer a lot of people. I repeat, this is not acceptable. For this reason, the people, yeah, protested, and finally they pushed the president to resign from this
Yes.
function. Very bad, wrong president. Bless Sri Lanka, bless Sri Lanka's people. Welcome, and I hope to give to all of us which are following us the news in the next days, and the country will be able, with the international support, to develop, to stop this humanitarian crisis in the first line which we have. Goodbye. How to say goodbye in Sri Lanka?
Thank you.
No, in Sri Lanka, goodbye.
Thank
In
you
your
very much.
language.
Yes.
Which language do you
And
use
I look
majority?
forward to
Yes.
updating the Polish people, the wonderful Polish people, and the European Union through you on all these matters in the future too.
Yeah. Shanaka, you are speaking in Sri Lanka a few languages officially. Which one is most important? Which language is most important, and how you may say in your language which you use in majority, or you, goodbye and all the best wishes.
Yes, we use two main languages. The majority uses 74% of Sri Lanka. The population uses Sinhala, and 26% of the country uses Tamil. But most people also speak in English. So more than 60% of the country also is conversable in English. So mainly it is the majority is the Sinhalese language.
Goodbye. See you soon.
Aibowan, that is how we say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you very much. Stuti.